Welcome to Annie's blog. This is Gunasundari Natarajan, and today we continue with the part 2 part of crop production and management chapter of class 8 science CBSE. Again, this is a quick revision notes, and those viewers who missed the part 1 video can kindly look back to it so that you can get the clear cut idea and also the introduction part of crop production and management. Let us proceed to today's part. So before proceeding to today's topic, let me give the quick revision of part 1 video what we have discussed previously. In the part 1 video, I have discussed about the requirement of food, that is why the food is required, and what is the definition of crops and its types. Types in the sense Kharif and Rabi crops, and we have seen some of the agricultural practices like preparation of soil. In the preparation of soil, I have discussed about ploughing and leavening and sowing and adding manures and fertilizers. So these are all the things we have discussed in the part 1 video, and in today's class we are going to discuss about irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting and storage. So let us discuss one by one. So first we can see about what do you mean by irrigation. So irrigation means the supply of water, the continuous supply of water to the crops at regular intervals. So you need to supply the water continuously and also at regular time intervals. So that is called irrigation. So you know that all living beings need water to live. So water is important for proper growth and development. And water is absorbed by the plant roots. So along with the water, minerals, fertilizers are also absorbed. So the plants contain about 90% of water. So water is essential because germination of seeds does not take place under dry condition. So the requirement of water is always necessary. And water also protects the crop from both frost and also hot air currents. So to maintain the moisture of the soil for healthy crop growth, fields have to be watered regularly. That means it has to be watered at a regular time interval. And hence the irrigation is called supply of water to crops at regular time intervals. And here the time and frequency. So how many times you are frequently watering the crop, that is called frequency. So time and frequency varies from crop to crop, and there are many sources of water, from wells, ponds, lakes, dams, canals. So from these sources we can able to get the water. So this is the traditional irrigation system. So traditional in the sense we are practicing from the olden days, that is called traditional irrigation system. Here there are 4 methods of traditional irrigation system. First one is the dekli. So this is the first method of traditional irrigation system. There you can see 2 persons are standing, person 1 and person 2, and person 2 is supporting a wooden like rod, and he is having the bucket. The mud bucket is moving up and down from inside and outside of the well to take the water. And after collecting the water, person 1 can get the water from him and he can water the crops. So this method is called dekli. And next one is the chain pump. You can see a small pulley wood. So pulley like thing, and there a big chain is attached. At the end of the chain you have the container. So the container is attached downside. When the pulley is over, the chain also runs. And hence the water can be collected and we can water to our crops. And next one, rahat system. That is, you are having a wheel, and in the wheel containers are attached. So many containers are attached, and when the wheel is rotating, the container will also rotate and you can collect the water from our required source. And last one is the mode. Here also a pulley like thing is there as like in the chain pump. But here a person is holding the bucket and he can move the bucket inside to outside to the well and he can collect the water when the pulley rolls on it. So this is called moat. So these are all the four traditional irrigation system, that is Dekli, chain pump, rahat and moat. Next one, modern irrigation system. In the modern irrigation system you have two types. One is the drip system and next one is the sprinkler system. So drip system, you can see a large pipe like thing. A large pipe like thing is there. So water falls drop by drop directly near the root of the plant. So the water can go inside directly to the root. And this is the best technique for watering the fruits, gardens and trees. And water is not wasted at all. In the drip system, water will not be wasted. And next one is the sprinkler system, which is more useful where sufficient water is not available on the uneven land. So when the land is not evenly distributed, you can prefer the sprinkler system. And here you can have a perpendicular pipes like T-like structure. You can have a perpendicular pipes and it is having a rotating nozzles at top and are joined to the main pipe line under pressure with the help of a pump, and it escapes from the rotating nozzles. And here the water gets sprinkled. So the water gets sprinkled like a shower as it is raining. And this sprinkler is very useful for lawns, coffee plantation and also other crops. So there are two modern irrigation system. One is the drip system, sprinkler system. So in the drip system, water falls drop directly to the roots, and in the sprinkler system, the pipes will be directing the water downside like a shower. The first method is the traditional irrigation system and second one is the modern irrigation system. So this is about the sprinkler system. The water is showering into the crop. And next one is the drip irrigation system where the water can be directly passed on to the roots. And next comes the harvesting. So harvesting means the cutting of crops. You need to cut the crop once it is matured. That is called harvesting. And it takes about 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. And you can see in this picture a lady is cutting the crop with the help of a small instrument that is called a sickle. So even you can cut the crop by means of a machine called harvester. And in this harvesting technique, you have the process called threshing. So what do you mean by threshing? And in the picture you can see the grains. Yes, and chaff. Chaff means it is the outer part. Chaff is called the outer part of the grain. So in the threshing process, the grain has to be separated from the chaff, from the outer part. Then only we can able to eat. Then only the grains can be easily digested when we take it inside. So this is called threshing. And this is combine machine. So combine machine, it is a harvester as well as the thresher. It can carry two processes like cutting the crops. Can see the picture here. So it can cut the crops and also it remove the chaff from the seed grain. So it does both the work. A combine machine can do both the works. Next one, winnowing. So this is a traditional or older method. You can see in the village side and all. Still they are following this older method where the lady is standing on the top of the table and she is winnowing the seeds and seed grains or here. All the seed grains are present here. So she is winnowing, and in the direction of the wind, all the husk, that is the unwanted part, the outer layer of the grains along with the dust particles will go off, and the grain what we require will be collected down. So this is called the winnowing method. And nowadays we are using the winnowing machine where the seed grain has to be put in the feeding hopper, and you have a fan for drying the grain, and in the downside you have an outlet where you can collect the heavy grain. So first one is the winnowing older method, and second one, this is the winnowing machine. This is the reason technique we are using to collect the heavy grain from the chaff, and it can remove all the husk and the outer part. Last comes the storage. So storage of produce is an important task. So if the harvested grains are to be kept for a long time, they should be safe from moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. So the harvested grains have to be stored properly, and here you can see silos and gunny bags. Yes. So the large scale storage of grain is done in silos. So when the production of crops is in the large scale, it can be stored in a silos. It's like a container, and gunny bags like jute bags. So in the home, we usually use dried neem leaves for storing the food grains. And for storing large quantities of grains in big godowns, specific chemical treatments are required to protect them from pests and microorganisms. And next comes the animal husbandry. So we have just seen that the process of crop production involves steps like selection of seeds, sowing, harvesting, etc. Similarly, animals reared at home or in farms have to be provided with proper food and shelter. So they has to be provided with proper food, shelter and care. So this is called what? Animal husbandry. And these are all some of the food from animals like milk, eggs, fish, yogurt, paneer, ghee, butter, chicken, beef, pork, lamb, turkey. So these are all some of the foods we get from animals. So this is the crop rotation. So what do you mean by a crop rotation? This is a method of replenishing the soil with nutrients. And you can see in the picture there are two different crops. The crop 1 and crop 2 are grown in the same field. So this is called crop production. So earlier farmers in northern India used to grow the legumes as fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. And this helped in the replenishment of the soil with the nitrogen. So farmers are being encouraged to adopt these kind of crop rotation practices so that their soil will be getting more nutrients, and it improves the air quality index also. This is called crop rotation. And weeds. So weeds are defined as the unwanted plant in crop fields which grow along with the main crop. So these are all some of the unwanted plants, so which we do not require. So they are strong and dominating competitors of crops. So how do you protect the weeds? So it can be controlled by weedicides. The example is 2,4-D. And spraying of these weedicides may affect the health of the farmers. So you can see in the picture the farmer is covering the nose and mouth because the weedicide is not good for their health. So weeds are the unwanted plants in the crop fields that we do not require along with the main crop. Let us see the summary of crop production and management. So in the part 1 video I have discussed about the crop and types and some of the agricultural practices and weeds, weedicides, crop rotation and animal husbandry. And in the agricultural practices, I have discussed about the preparation of soil. Yes, preparation of soil like plowing or tilling or leveling. And next one is the sowing part. And next one, adding manures. Adding manures and fertilizers. Irrigation. So there are traditional method and modern method of irrigation, and protection from weeds, that's the weeds and weedicides. And next one, harvesting, cutting of crops. And last one is storage, how to store the crops before it goes to the market. So these are all the things of the summary of crop production and management. So thanks for watching. Hope this video is useful to you. So kindly like, share and subscribe my channel to get the recent updates. And for any queries, please check in the description box. Thank you. Have a nice day.